And here's the deal. Here's what we're going to do tonight, guys. You guys are ready to have some fun? I'm ready to have some fun. That's why I'm drinking a martini, because I'm going to have some fun. It keeps my nerves cool. But anyway, guys, so here's, I'm going to keep it real simple. We've been providing training in the group, obviously, since day one. And for some reason, there's people that still don't quite understand the system. So that's fine. So we decided to go back to the beginning and give you guys an eagle eye view of how this works. Because I believe, in my humble opinion, that if you guys understand this, what we're teaching tonight, there should be no questions after that. The only thing that you will be required to do after tonight's training is to continue to move on to the intermediate and advanced stuff, which is in the training site we provided. If you go back to the drawing board, okay, and first understand why you're here and what you got, this will set the foundation for everything else going forward. That's in my humble opinion. So you guys are here tonight to learn how to take your business basically from 0 to 6 figures. And what we're going to do is I have my business partner, Cortez Springer, who's been with the company for quite some time. And he's going to share with you, all right, how MyEcon works for you as a customer. And why is it important to know this? Because so many people are playing the sign-up game. And what happens in the sign-up game, you're just rushing to get people to sign up, to get those commissions, to get a check. But most people don't know how to sign people up. And what's worse about it is that most people don't even know what they got. So how can you convince other people to join your team if you don't even know what you have in front of you? So what we're going to do is show you guys, before you even become a marketer, is how the company will help you make money without even making a sale, which is why we're here in the first place, because we believe in the product, and the product is to help people make money. Most companies, 99.9% of the other companies out there, require you to make a sale. If you don't make a sale, you don't recruit, you don't get paid. In MyEcon, you don't have to sell this business to a single soul and still make 6 figures, even 7. That's amazing, and that's what I really want you guys to grasp. So before trying to do things like we do, because you have to understand, we've been in this for years, okay? We've been marketing for 4, 5, 6 years. You have to first learn how to crawl. You got to know what you got. You got to understand a product, and then decide how to market this thing, which is what we show you all the time how to do. So what I'm going to do is Cortez is going to take the first portion of the training where he's going to go through the product, and he's going to show you guys how to make money from day one just by using the products. Now, how many people, by a show of comments in the live and the webinar, have actually already did the W4 adjustment, which is what you pay for, which is one of the products that you pay for? I'm watching the Facebook comments on another screen. So how many people actually, oh my God, 134 people on the live, and we're 100 and something people here. You guys are fired up today. So how many people actually did the W4 adjustment already? All right. Do you realize, and this is what I want you guys to understand. I'm talking exactly to the people here who have already paid to become a member. What you have to understand is that if you do that, you literally just made your product free. So when people come to you and say, oh man, I can pay, or I don't know how I'm going to pay the $35 next month or whatever. First of all, that's baloney, okay? But if you just simply show them, once they sign up, do the W4 adjustment, now you've made your product free, and there's no reason why you need to worry, okay, going forward, how to pay for this $35 product. Now, even if it takes you 2, 3, 4 months to figure out the marketing part, you just utilize the product and save yourself a bunch of money, okay? And now you made your product free. See, one of the rules in business, what I always do, and I always tell my students and business partners, that the first thing you do when you invest in something is figure out what it takes to make the money back. Because then after that, you're all green, you're all profit. So there should be no quarrels there. Does that make sense, guys? It's the easiest thing to do. You're lucky that this is only a $35 investment. Well, $47.90 for first month, and $35 going forward, because some people end up spending $5,000, $10,000, and now they have to make that money back before they can be in profit. Let's not even talk about a brick and mortar business where you guys spend 50 to 100 or more, and then you got to make that back before even starting to see some kind of profit. We're talking about 35 bucks. All we have to do is show you how to earn that 35 bucks back, and now you're broken even. And then once you start doing that every single week, you're in profit forever. You guys understand that there should be no reason why anybody should come into this business and quit, because the stuff that we show you will put you in profit either way, whether you become a marketer or you don't. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I want Cortez to show you what he has to teach you guys tonight based on the product side, because before you become a marketer, before you think you can do an Alfredo, and the reason why I'm telling you, because I've been doing this for 5 years, okay? Why don't you learn what you have first, so that way you can put the money right back in your pocket. That $35 will go right back in your pocket as soon as you implement what Cortez is going to show you guys, okay? And then what I'm going to do is, after he presents his slides, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to show you my marketing flow. I'm going to give you my brain. I have a mind map for you today. So I'm not getting technical, but what I'm actually doing, I put the way I think in this business, I put it on a flow and I put it on a mind map, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through the process. So between Cortez's information and mine, you guys should know exactly what you have and what to do, and you should be off to the races running. All right, guys? So give my man some respect. He came out to really teach you guys the brass knuckles of this business. I'm going to put the floor to him, and then I'm going to show you guys my marketing stuff. So Cortez, I'm going to pin the video to you. And if you have to share the screen, just go on the bottom, hit your screen, and you'll be able to show me what you got.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys allowing me to come in. And listen, one of the things that you've got to understand, when I joined this business, it was $179. And the reason I joined is because I was looking for an opportunity to build generational wealth. I was looking for an opportunity to help my community understand how money works. And this company does just that. So I was extremely excited when I learned that I can not only learn the rules of the wealthy myself, but then I can get paid for teaching them to other people. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quickly. I'm just going to run through about 5 or 6 slides and give you a real solid understanding of what MyEcon is and really what you have your hands on. So let's see. Let me know, guys. You can see my screen. And I think we good to go. Are we good? All right. So the screen says, what is?
But I don't see nothing.
All right. Nothing yet?
Okay.
It says I'm sharing. Maybe there's a delay.
There it goes.
All right. Cool. Good deal. So basically, guys, the question is, what is income shifting? And that's what MyEcon is built around, a concept called income shifting. And I call it the great unequalizer, because when you're in business, you're always looking for something that's going to set you apart from everything else in the marketplace. And what MyEcon's income shifting strategy does, it offers something that makes them unequal in this marketplace that we call network marketing, home-based biz, internet marketing, and so on and so forth. So let me break this down for you guys so you can understand what you have your hands on, guys. This is MyEcon is what I consider the perfect hybrid company, because, and I like to call it affiliate network marketing. Yes, as an affiliate, we are all familiar with products that have high commissions. So if I sell enough products, the commissions are great, then I can make money myself. And a lot of you guys are here from the affiliate marketing world, and you sell products and you sell them at a high clip. But if you don't continue to sell those products, then your income goes down. So MyEcon gives you the affiliate feel where we got some great products that you can earn some great commissions on if you're a personal producer. But the real money is in the generous overrides and residuals for team building. MyEcon pays extremely well for those who are leaders and understand how to develop leaders, because you can build a team here and get paid tons of residuals and overrides. And I think all of these guys on the panel and a lot of leaders in the Takeover group can attest to the fact that personal production may have been down, but they're still cashing 4-figure checks every week. Why? Because the team building and the override aspect of what MyEcon offers. And then none of these guys have been around long enough to see what the residual income is actually going to be for all of this intense effort that they're putting in on the front end. So as a business, then of course you want to have a product or a service that is in a high demand niche. And guess what, guys? 3 out of 4 people in America are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck. And as a result, they need financial solutions. And MyEcon offers 5 financial solutions, right? We offer entrepreneurship, tax minimization, debt elimination, credit education, and investing, right? But here's what separates MyEcon from every other company on the planet. You can literally have success here without selling a product or recruiting a single person, because MyEcon was founded on a strategy versus sales and recruiting. Now, the sales and recruiting are just an added bonus for those who like to add fuel to that fire. So let's take a look at some of the products that MyEcon offers. So we know that they offer identity theft protection, the smart credit system, cash flow manager. People can book travel through your site. They can buy nutrition, coffee. There's a cashback mall, road assure, and even credit monitoring. All of these are good affiliate products. If you wanted to build a funnel around any of these products, you can make a decent amount of money just promoting these products as standalone. But watch this. Because MyEcon also has the team building aspect, then you can teach your team to duplicate creating funnels and systems to sell some of these products as well and get overrides from your team's sales. So as an affiliate, if you focus on affiliate sales, then you can create your own ticket, but you can also create duplication in your team and teach them how to sell products, and you override those products as well. But here's the main MyEcon product. It is the financial education known as income shifting. And it is basically broken down into 3 primary sections. The first section being cash flow management. Even if you can't sell right now, even if you can't recruit right now, you're going through the training site, the MyEcon Pro site, and you're learning how to become a marketer. But even before you get to that step, you should have already taken a look at the video training on how to adjust your W-4 form. When I did my adjustment, guys, in fact, if you are in the group right now, you've already done your W-4, I want you to comment in the chat the dollar amount that your pay increase. Comment in the chat the dollar amount that your pay increase, just so that those who have yet to do it, if you're working a job, man, you're leaving money on the table. So
we have
my increase was,
I'm reading the amounts. We got 240, 250, 207,
yeah,
1,200 a month, 150, 200. Way more than 35. That's my point right there.
That's the point. So the founder, Ivy Stokes, often says that this is a business where the government pays the bill, because you get your tax money back and you use that to cover your cost of doing business. So that W-4 adjustment for me was $270 per month. So naturally to me, I'm like, when will I stop exchanging $270 a month for 35? Right? I will pay 35 to get 270 all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. And the reason some of you guys are not where you want to be is because you haven't done this step yet and understood that this is the product. Now, we like credit repair, and credit repair is tangible, but income shifting includes all, as you will see here. So cash flow management simply means you're going to minimize your taxes first through the W-4 form. Second, through business tax write-offs. Most people don't realize that in this country right here, the US of A, the #1 wealth building tool in the world is the United States tax code. That's why people put their lives on the line to get here, not to come get a job, but to start a business, because they know they can access the tax code to build wealth. So from making that W-4 adjustment, while you're going through the process of some training and you're learning how to duplicate what Freddie and Dios and these guys are doing, you're learning how to close sales, you're learning how to set up your funnels, you're already in the black, guys. Your money is back and then some. Now, since the name of the game is for us to build generational wealth, then it just makes good sense for you to take some of those tax savings. And if you don't already have an emergency fund, go ahead and start building you an emergency fund. Take some of those tax savings. If you are not out of debt yet, Take some of that stuff and get rid of some of your debt so that you can ease the burden. So when you go hard as an entrepreneur, you don't have to worry about the stress that comes with drowning in debt and things of that nature. And then the third phase would be to minimize your expenses and fix your credit personally while you're in cash flow management mode. Because if you, for instance, have a car note of $500-600 and you go through the smart money system and you get your credit score up to 750, you go refinance that car loan and bring it from 500 or 600 down to maybe 300. You just created another $200 or $300 worth of cash flow back in your pocket. And you can use that for debt elimination. You can use that for creating an emergency fund, or you can use that to buy tools to continue to scale your business up. So the product that MyEcon offers, the income shifting, allows you to literally free up money so that you can get yourself out of debt, build an emergency fund, and start scaling your business. So that's strategy one, cash flow management. If you have not adjusted your W-4 form in your back office, if you go to the document center and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom in the document center, you will see a training on how to adjust your W-4 form. It gives you a scenario and teaches you how to read the form so you can do that properly and get that money back in your pocket and out of Uncle Sam's. Second thing that income shifting includes, which we are all familiar with, and that is the business income, right? We are all here for the most part because we understand that, hey, I can sell products and I can recruit. And that's going to allow me to make some extra money, right? So once you got cash flow management down, your business is paid for. Now you can make a full commitment to your business because you got an extra $200, $300, $400 a month in your pocket. So you know your $35 a month is covered. Now you can commit to learning strategies on how to market this business to make sales and recruit and build a big team. So marketing, sales funnels, we got that part. But here's another part of business income that most new entrepreneurs have no idea about, and it's called tax deductions. See, MyEcon gives you a tool in your back office called the Cash Flow Manager, and they give you that tool for a reason. Because one of the things that you can access when you have a business, especially one that you're running from your home, is you have the ability to write off your lifestyle. But if you're going to write off your lifestyle, the IRS requires three things. It requires that you work your business on a regular basis. Well, if you put a couple Facebook posts up, you got proof that you're working your business on a regular basis. It requires that you work your business in an attempt to make a profit. Well, duh, we're all posting and we're doing our marketing because we're trying to make a profit. But it also requires that you keep good records. That's why we give you the Cash Flow Manager. So I just put a list of some of the common tax write-offs that you have access to now that you're operating your business from your home. Number one, most of you guys are watching this right now from your cell phone. That's a communication device. You're now using that communication device for personal and for business. So that means however much you use it for business, that portion of your bill is a tax write-off, right? I use my cell phone 85% of the time is for business, right? The other 15% of the time is my wife trying to check up on me, but that's another story, right? So you get to write off a portion of your cell phone bill. Some of the meals that you're going to eat, you're going to be talking business over some of those meals. So you're going to be able to write off 50% of those meals, right? Travel. I heard Freddie say he's going to see Ivy Stokes at the corporate office. Well, you think Freddie's not going to write that trip off? It's business, right? That's going to save a ton of money. And then what about mileage, right? I just came back from Monticello, Arkansas. I went down there and did a Super Saturday with some cross-line teammates down there, and I drove, right? So that was 860 miles I put on my personal vehicle for business. Well, at 53.5 cents a mile or something like that, that's nearly a $500 tax write-off that is going to help me when I file my taxes at the end of the year. But here's the big one, guys, because if you have kids under the age of 17, I want you to put the number of children you have under the age of 17 in the chat really quickly, because this is where you're leaving a ton of money on the table. Who's got kids under age of 17 in the webinar room and also on the Facebook? because I want to show you guys something.
I got 6. One just turned 17.
So we got people putting in their kids. How many? What do we
They
see?
got 1, 3, 4. One said 7. They broke the record.
Oh, 7. Okay. All right, cool. Well, I got 5 sons, right? Now, I wish I'd have known this when they were all in the house, eating me up out of my house and the home, right? Because of the new tax law that went into effect, the standard deduction changed from $6,350 to $12,000. What that means as an entrepreneur, my 17-year-old son can now work for me in my business. I can pay him a salary of up to $12,000 per year, and that becomes a write-off for my business. Now, here's the thing, Freddie, that most people will lose in translation here. Is it going to cost me some money next month for me to get my son prepared to go into his junior year in high school? Absolutely. He wants shoes, he wants clothes, he's got to get school supplies, book bags, laptops, all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to spend that money whether I want to or not. When you understand income shifting, now spending that money becomes less painful because I don't pay for that stuff. My business pays him a salary, and that salary becomes a tax write-off for me. So in essence, Uncle Sam is picking up the tab for my son's school supply. Uncle Sam picks up the tab for my son to play ball. My Uncle Sam picks up the tab for my son to get new shoes and all of that kind of stuff. When you understand income shifting and the power that you have just by having this membership, it's a game changer, because some of you guys are making 6 figures on your job, right? But you're not bringing home 6 figures from that job. You might make 100K, but you bring home 70. Why? Because Uncle Sam is getting 30K. Well, if you added your home-based business and start understanding these processes, then you can get closer to that 100K on your job, right? Very, very powerful strategies. So I'm going to give you some websites where you can go and learn some of this stuff at the end of the presentation. But I wanted to bring that out because we see this happening all the time. We just don't recognize it's happening. How many times you went into something like an Asian restaurant or beauty supply store or something like that, and they have their kids behind the counter doing homework? Those kids are actually on payroll because they understand income shifting. Well, you don't have to have a brick and mortar restaurant to do income shifting. You just need to have a home-based business that you're working regularly, you're trying to make a profit, and you keep good records. So if you guys got questions on record keeping for hiring your children, we'll get something together and put that in the group. My accountant gave me a nice PDF where she lists the steps of what you have to do to properly hire your kids so that you are straight in terms of the paperwork that you need for your business. Last but not least, guys, the third phase of what income shifting is all about is putting you in position so that your money can start making money for you. That is investment income. MyEcon teaches the 2 critical elements you need to know to start investing, and that is terminology and perspective. No, we do not invest your money for you. However, when you learn the terminology of investing, right? If you sit down and talk to Freddie, he can talk to you about all sorts of things that he's doing in the crypto world. But if you don't know any of that terminology, you'd be lost on the first sentence, right? The same is true for investing when you sit down with a financial advisor or a financial planner. They're going to start talking about things that you have no clue about, and you're going to be lost, and you end up buying what we think are investments for actually products that benefit them more than you. So we teach you terminology. We teach you proper perspective, how to look at or what outlook you should have in terms of making your money grow. What does a sound investment even look like, right? All of that stuff is included in your membership, but you've got to pull yourself away from so much recruit, and get some of the study of this stuff in you, and then that will make your recruiting much easier, right? We talk about places where you can go and get double-digit returns on your money right now, stocks, bonds, mutual funds. All of that good stuff is available to you. We have a 5-part investment series in your back office. All you got to do is plug in and hit the archives, and you can listen to that stuff tonight. You guys already own this stuff in your membership. So even if you can't sell and recruit right now, you could be learning how to make your own money work for you better. And then last but not least, the biggest investment of them all is in your own business, right? Ivy Stokes told me like this. He said, there's 4 ways that you can build wealth in this country. You can buy it, build it, steal it, or inherit it. Well, I wasn't in line for an inheritance. I'm too scary to steal something from somebody. I didn't have any money to buy it. So the only option I had was to build it from scratch. And he gave me the scenario of what Bob Johnson, the former founder of BET, did. He took $15,000, bought a cable network, and turned it into a $4 billion empire in less than 30 years. You can't buy those kinds of investments today, but you can build them. So your business is your biggest investment. He sold BET, took his portion of the profits, and then literally parlayed that into 100 Marriott hotels. And that's a strategy that we call cash, asset, cash. He was able to take some cash. He was able to build an asset known as the BET network. He sold it, and it brought him some cash that he then turned into another asset, 100 Marriott properties. So when you understand what income shifting is all about, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be so hell-bent on sales and recruits, because your money begins to work for you better. So you can then systematically learn how to recruit over time. Now, Freddie and these guys are amazing at sales and recruiting, but some people learn at faster and slower clips. So some people are going to get it. Some people are more tech savvy than others. So it's going to take them a little longer. But now when you understand income shifting, you don't have to get frustrated that I'm paying $35 a month, because you're not. Uncle Sam has already picked up the tab. You've already income shifted and brought $300 or $400 a month back into your household. Now you take your time and start learning real marketing skills, right? And not spam skills, real marketing skills. And if it takes you time, that's okay, but you're literally going to reap the benefits of being able to take your time and learn some sound marketing strategies to build and grow teams and get some sales. So what does your 5 perfect prospects look like? Number 1 is the person who needs more money. So we have 5 ways to help somebody get more money. If we help somebody fix their credit, they're going to get more money because they can refinance some of their loans. If we help them income shift and minimize their taxes through the W-4, that's going to bring more money. If they got some go-getter in them and they want to get out here and hustle and make some sales and recruit and build a team, that's going to get them more money. Right? But everybody isn't money driven in terms of I need $1 right now. Some people are more legacy focused, right? Number 2, the person that is overtaxed. If you've ever worked overtime on your job and you got the paycheck that's supposed to reflect your overtime and you saw it and was like, man, what is this? What happened to all those overtime hours I worked? What happened was Uncle Sam taxed it to death. Right? There are people who are working 2 and 3 jobs because they think that's the answer. More jobs just mean more taxes. So you literally can talk to people who are struggling and they're looking at their gross and then they look at their net and they're like, whoa, that's gross, right? Well, you know people in your sphere of influence right now and you have a solution for those people, right? People are drowning in debt right now. I'm talking about tens of thousands of credit card debt. The average American is paying $1,500 per month in interest payments alone on their debts. We have an income shifting solution that says, hey, if you get this membership, you're going to be able to put $200 to $600 a month back into your pocket. What would your debt looks like if you were paying an extra $400 a month to the principal on those debts? We got a solution to get those people out of debt. So you can be talking to people from that angle. It's not always about recruiting people to come on your team so they can recruit people. Sometimes people just need to come on and get these strategies working for them. Of course, we all know that we're leading with the credit repair product. So people with poor credit is a good prospect for you. right? But let me give you a couple tips on talking to people with poor credit, because some people, believe it or not, just don't care about their poor credit. But here's some angles that I use when I'm talking to people about credit. Not just do you want to get a 750 score so that you can reduce the interest on the things that you currently have financed, but when you got a good personal credit score, you can leverage that to create business credit. You can leverage that to buy other assets like real estate and things of that nature. So sometimes you have to go that angle from the credit repair space so that people can understand that good credit can help me in a bunch of other ways, not just help me buy a new car. No, I want you to get good credit personally. You can leverage that as a personal guarantee and go buy you a 15-unit apartment complex, right? People need to see a greater outcome other than just good credit for what typical American wants good credit for. And then last but not least, guys, there are people who have little to no investments out there. When I started MyEcon, I had about 18K in a 401k, right? That was not going to do anything for me in retirement. So I needed this. This was one of the things that made me look at MyEcon really seriously, because I knew I didn't know anything about investments. I didn't know anything about getting my money to grow. And here you have solutions. Someone worth $700 million willing to teach people how investments work so they can grow their wealth. Who wouldn't pay $35 to plug into a system where they can learn this kind of stuff? See, some people don't have bad credit. Some people aren't drowning in debt. They've got a bunch of money at the end of the month. All their bills are paid, and they literally don't know what to do with it. It's sitting in a savings account. And you can help those people and say, hey, did you know if you had that 10 grand over here at 12%, it will double in 6 years? Like, oh, no, I didn't know that. That's something called the rule of 72. I'm partnering with a group of people who specialize in teaching the average working person how to grow their money. Can I send you some information, right? So that's it. 4 killer websites that you want to acquaint yourself with. If you're serious about learning the income portion so that you can start building wealth for yourself while you're learning how to become an expert salesperson, marketer, and recruiter, number 1 website is howtoshiftyourincome.com. What I love about this site, if you're taking notes, on the bottom of this site, it also gives you a great tutorial on how to use the cash flow manager and the cash flow strategist, which is a tool that we'll get into at another date when we do products again. But the cash flow strategist allows you to put your financial success blueprint on paper. It will literally tell you how much you need to be investing, how to pay off your debt, and when you will be financially free. The other site is incomeshifting.com. Another site that basically gives you an income shifting presentation. And guys, these sites are also good for your prospects. When you're prospecting someone outside of the business opportunity, maybe you're prospecting somebody who wants to learn about investing, well, send them to howtoshiftyourincome.com and they'll see how to free up the money they need to start investing. Third site, 38kchallenge.com. Another good prospecting site. Got a 15-minute income shifting overview presentation, but also some testimonials from some people who cash flow some crazy amounts of money using these strategies. So that's going to be a good thing as well. And then last but not least, if you want some real solid technical training about what MyEcon is and what it does, acurrytraining.com. That is the other co-founder of MyEcon, Mr. Alvin Curry. He teaches every Thursday night on a different aspect of the income shifting strategy, and he goes in great detail, usually about 45 minutes once a week. But what's cool is all of the trainings are archived on that site. So you can go back and watch every training from the beginning of this year. So Freddie, if we got any questions or comments that we want to take right now, I will turn it back over to you. But of course, I'll stick around if people got questions on income shifting in general.
All right, before we do that, guys, please show some love for Cortez. Put some hearts right now on the Facebook Live. Let me know in the chat, in the webinar. Guys, give me some hearts. This guy went out of his way to give you guys the bomb golden nuggets and what you need to know how to market this business, because that's really essential. That's step 1. Once you know the power in your $35 investment, and now you have that sword to go out there and do what we're doing. which is how we accumulate those checks that you see. Does that make sense, guys? That's why it was so important to come out and teach you guys this, because now everybody that's on this webinar, I promise you, 260 people watching the group, and we have 100-something people here. They are blown away right now. Most of them, I'm guilty myself. Most of them, including myself, don't even know the power in what we have. The reason why, because I myself, I'm a team builder, so I put my focus on what I'm good at. My whole point is, once you guys get to that point, then you can do what you do best at, right? But before you get there, learn what you have, because this will keep you going. This is why it's so important, because, man, I'm telling you, that whole investing part, it's such a different world. That's where the real wealth is. Imagine you coming on this webinar right now, going from, man, I'm working my job, making $8, $10 an hour, to knowing the levels of this stuff, to getting to the point where you're in the last quadrant, like Robert Kiyosaki says, your whole life would transform like you wouldn't believe. Imagine you've been able to turn around your check and start making investments, use those investments to cash out, invest in startups, and put more money into this. Next thing you know, you are a self-made millionaire just by knowing the things that you didn't know before, which is what we're teaching you now. And credit, like someone said, mention credit. Credit, like he said, we're not trying to get you good credit so you can go buy a new car, right? Because essentially, you're still going to need the cash to afford that car payment, right? It's to save you money. Also, because if you're at a certain rate and you fix your credit, you can refinance and decrease that rate, which puts more cash in your pocket, which allows you to do what? Invest more into business. That's why this is a full circle system here, guys. All right. So yeah, save on insurance too. Someone says save on insurance. Exactly. Better credit allows you to save money, which puts more back in your pocket, which once you go through the training, you know what to do with that extra money. You'll be able to, what we call, make that money pregnant. When it's pregnant, it starts to multiply and bring you more money, guys. Unfortunately, most people are just taught to make money, pay their bills, and whatever is left, which is not much, then they try to get things they can't afford, then they end up in debt. Now, here's something that I'm going to tell you that is my humble opinion, and I don't know if Cortez can touch on this. Anything that's broadcasted to you on television, on radio, anything that's offered to you personally without knowing you, I believe it's not on your side, okay? If you see banks, if you see commercials, come in, we'll give you this with no money down. Come in, we'll do this, we'll do that. Come to the bank, we'll save. All of that stuff is not meant for you. It's meant for them, because they are in the business to make money. They're not in the business to lose money. No bank or person in the right state of mind is going to go to you and broadcast a message saying, do this so we can lose more money. Okay, it just doesn't make sense. They do things so they can make money because of your uneducated self, because you don't know the things that they know. That's how the normal system works. Once you know what they know, then you don't like the banks, you don't like commercials. I don't watch television, I don't have cable, because I know that they're just trying to sell me something because they want to make money. Guys, Absolutely. Just imagine you save on the interest rate, you put that money right back in your pocket and you invest it. You're paying 4% here, but you invest it and make 6% here. You are now your own bank. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. So, I mean, we can go on for hours, but this is mind-blowing, guys. And Cortez, you rock the house. People are so excited. I don't know. We have 154 shares in this video. The comments are blowing up. These people are happy, guys. And I'm so excited about this, because this is what you need to hear, man. So before I get onto the marketing, you guys have any questions for Cortez so he can sit back and take a break? Let me know. You have any questions in the comments? I think someone said how many what's the age of the kids? You think you already answered that? They got to be under 17.
Yeah. So usually under 17, the age is 6 to 17 is kind of where you play normally. But even when you're doing marketing like we're doing, even if you got kids under 6, right? Think about the Gerber baby. You think the Gerber baby's parents didn't get paid for using that image all over?
Of course.
So if you're using your kids in your marketing, then yes, you can hire them. You can be the contractor between your company and hiring your kid as a model, but you're the the guardian, and that contract could be between you and your company or on your kids' behalf, and you can pay them to be in your marketing and your videos and your business cards, your flyers, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, 6 to 17 is usually where it goes. And you just kind of want to make sure that the job you're having your child do is in line with their age and their skill level, right? I have one of my sons is a social media curator, right? I have some athletic sites, and they go out and they get content and put on those fan pages and things. Well, at 17, 16, okay, I can pay them a decent wage for that kind of technical job. But if they were 6 years old and I was talking about I wanted to pay them $500 a week for being a social media curator, that doesn't make sense. That kind of stuff gets you in trouble. So make sure you use your best judgment and just say, hey, my kid is 8. He is the paper shredder specialist for my company, and that's what he gets paid for, right? And I pay him $50 a week. Now, he takes the $50 a week, and that's $200 a month. Now, when he needs something, that money comes out of his account. You already got to write it off, but he still gets what he needs, his school supplies, even if you wanted to, even if he was paying for private school. You should be letting Uncle Sam pay for your kids to go to private school if you got a home-based business.
That is amazing. And I myself got a bunch of kids, and they're all about to work for me.
There you go.
My baby girl, baby kids, they draw a lot of attention. So I'm about to use Emily.
They do.
Yeah. Kids work in multiple ways. So here's another question I have personally for you, Cortez. If we decide down the line to do a live event, would you be willing to come and rock the house for us, man?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. How many people would love to see Cortez in a live event and have him teach some of this stuff in person, guys? Let me see in the comments, Facebook Live, and the webinar.
Yeah. I mean, like I
said,
last week, man, I learned so much from you guys that it'd be a pleasure to be able to come and give back, man. Because that was one of the things that I was trying to do over the last couple of years is how do we position MyEcon so that people see that you can make real money from the business aspect, but also I kind of look at it as gears, right? There's 4 gears. So we've traditionally built with 3 gears. You got your first gear, that is me just talking to someone one-on-one. You got your second gear, that's me doing some presentations in the home and things of that nature. You got your third gear.
Oh, don't break up yet. Is it just me or his end?
I think he's frozen. Nope.
Here with the funnels and the.
All right, funnels.
I think he's got the 5 boys, he said, using up the bandwidth.
Oh, he needs to get them off. But we're all in agreement. I mean, everybody would love to see Cortez live, and definitely. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, you guys are awesome. So until he comes back, guys, I just want to know, this is what you're paying for. Okay, this is what you're paying for. This is what the $35 gets you. Now, when you hear it in this perspective, does this make sense for you to be in this business? All right, put the comments in the live and in the webinar, wherever you're at. Because then I'm going to get into what happens next, which is now that you know what you got and how valuable it is, how do you get the word out, Because this can give you that income you need to invest. Think about it like this. I use my marketing money to do what? I buy properties, right? I buy rentals, okay? And the reason why I buy rentals because that's automatic cash flow. I don't even have to touch the property. I don't have to do anything. I mean, I have a property manager that handles that. They do the repairs when it's needed. They collect the rent. It's pretty much a hands-free business for the most part. I just got to oversee the, paperwork and stuff. But, I mean, it's very minimal. Now, enough properties, enough rent, okay, you can basically make 6-7 figures from home just owning property. But the only reason why I was able to do that was because I made money here in this business, okay? And I was able to reinvest that money into properties. And I own the property. So, whatever the properties are worth plus the rent, I mean, that's what I get from this business, guys. So, I just wanted to touch up on me personally, how I do it. Now, I'm going to do more. I want to do bigger stuff. I'm looking to own a car dealership and other things. But that's with the money I make here, able to reinvest it and make it pregnant, right? Also, crypto. But, all right, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to get into, because we're already 10 to 10, I'm going to get into the marketing side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and see if I could find my, okay. Cortez, I appreciate you, man, and I'm gonna let you know when we're doing a live event, so you can come and give some knowledge, man. Because these people need to know this stuff. So, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. What do you see? It's the funnel, right?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is, okay. So now, like I said, we learned phase one, which is making money with the product, knowing what you have, seeing the value when you have. Now it's all about getting that word out. Guys, what you have for $35 a month is extremely powerful. And all you need to do is get this message out to the right people so that you can start making money like we do, which is making money selling the product, right? So here's my basic brain. This is what goes on in my brain. This is how I operate. So I put it on a mind map so you guys can understand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through step by step and show you exactly how this whole thing works. So it looks a little funky right now, but don't worry about it. By the time we finish this, you're going to understand exactly what it is, how this works, how the marketing side works. So basically, we start over here all the way to the left with traffic. Traffic is the main key of any business. If you don't have traffic, if you don't have people looking at what you have, then you don't have a marketing business, because marketing involves sales, which comes from traffic, from visitors. So we start off here with the traffic, okay? And what we do is I personally use social media, all right? And that's most people here. Social media marketing is probably most of the way we do marketing these days, unless you're doing TV ads, radio ads, and you know, that stuff is too expensive. But anybody can have a Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube account, do some email marketing, and you can run a business, you know, without having to pay for this stuff. So, you know, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for videos, basically they're all the same. Right here, where it says email marketing, this is basically just doing solo ads, which is, you know, sending out email blasts to people who are interested in making money from home, okay? But that's more on the paid side. So these elements right here can be free or paid, or both. Our email marketing, for the most part, is probably paid. I don't know anyone that would do it for free unless you're doing some kind of email swap. But that's for another topic. So the traffic comes from social media. What happens on social media? Let's move over here. You got the content. The content is very simple. We've got a combination of text posts, image, videos, Facebook Lives, you know, Facebook videos, all that stuff, and an email blast, again, if we're talking about email marketing. You guys follow me so far? Pretty simple, right? So the content, what happens is, once you guys are putting the content out there on the internet, all right, what you're doing is setting them to some kind of lead capture system. Because online marketing involves leads, right? If you're not collecting leads, you're not building a list, you're basically missing out on the biggest element of online marketing, okay? It's data collecting, getting those emails, okay? So the posts send people to some lead capture system, and we've talked about them plenty of times in a group. As basically, you know, whatever you created with Builderall, Lead Pages is another company. For some of you who bought the instant income method, okay? Or if you're using the MyEcon marketing system, it's available in the back office. Either way, if you're doing any of these, if you use either one, you don't need them all, you just need at least one, you'll be able to capture your leads that come from your content, that come from your social media, okay? So here's what happens. Once they become a lead, they go onto your leads list, which is your autoresponder. Your autoresponder, and I should have wrote it, but just keep it, you know, write this down if you guys are watching. Your autoresponder can be Aweber, GetResponse, or if you're using Builderall, they have their own in-house emailing system. So does Instant Income Method. They have their own in-house emailing system, okay? So they become a lead and they get on your leads list. These are prospects. These are people that were interested in what you have to offer. So once they get on your list, all right, they start to get email follow-ups. What you have to understand is that most people won't buy on the first try. No matter how good you are, most people won't buy on the first try. So they're going to get follow-ups. The email is going to follow up with them for, you know, it could be days, it could be weeks, however you set it. I usually have mine to go a little more than a week or so, okay? Because I have a combination of email follow-ups and broadcast emails. Okay, email follow-ups are what happens after they opt in. The broadcast emails is what happens, you know, after the follow-ups, I start sending them my own emails, which is a broadcast. All right. So they're on the list, but while they're getting on the list, they also, once they put their email in, they get to the next step, which is a sales presentation. Okay, the sales presentation right now, we have two that we're using. You have the instant income method, which is max video, or you have the webinar funnel. Or in some cases, you have your custom one if you have one that you're using, okay, that you made yourself. Or you can go on any YouTube video and that you like that presents a company and use that in a custom funnel. That custom funnel can be built with Build All Lead Pages or the MyEcon marketing system. All right, instant income method is its own funnel. So you use this. And it also has its sales presentation, and it also has its follow-up sequence and email. So it's a proprietary system by itself. Okay, anything else would be custom made. Okay, so here's what happens next. They watch a sales presentation. There's only two ways they can go. No or yes. That's simple. If they say no because they don't sign up, no problem. They're going to get more emails because they're on your list. They're going to get more emails. And in those emails, they're going to see the webinar. They're going to see more testimonials or maybe more videos from the instant income method. Okay, does that make sense so far? All right, if they still say no after all of this, then they can unsubscribe. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That happens. This is what business is. This is online marketing 101. Okay. Now, here's the good part. They say yes. Guess what happens? They become a sign-up, right? They can say yes on the first try, or between the webinar, the testimonials, more videos, they can say yes. Either way, it takes them to the same destination. They become a sign-up, and this is where you get paid. This is where the money is, right? Now, here's what I do, okay? And some people don't teach this, but here's what I do. I have two lists. I have a team list and I have a lead list. Once they sign up, I put them on the team list. Once they're on the team list, they get removed off the leads list. And here's why. If they're still on the leads list, they're going to be getting promotional emails, which is telling them to sign up, which they already did. So it can get annoying. So what I do is I remove them from the lead list and put them on the team list. The team list will not be asked to do something they already done. What they will ask to do is join us tonight on this training. And everybody here who's on my team got the same email. Whether you open it or not is fine, but you are here because you got an email from me letting you know we're doing a training tonight because you're on my team. Okay? That team list also will invite you to the Facebook group and give you access to the training site. Once you make it a year, you're golden because now you're on webinars like this one. You have access to the training site, and guess what happens? You learn how to start from here. And then this will become your ecosystem. So once you handle phase one, which is learning what you have, knowing the product, seeing the value, knowing how to make money, knowing how to invest, all of that good stuff that Cortez just spent almost an hour teaching you guys for free, just for being a part of this team. Now your ecosystem here becomes a lot stronger. Instead of just having people play the sign-up game and say, hey, sign up for what? I don't know, I just signed up, just make money. Now your whole message changes because now you know what you have. So guess what happens? Your content becomes stronger. Now people really get to see the bigger picture. If you create your own custom funnel, your videos can be stronger, can be more powerful because you know exactly what you have and you're confident in what you have and you're making money. Okay? So this is basically how this works. And that's it. So what I do personally, okay, is I focus on Facebook and YouTube, okay? I put Facebook, I do free advertising and I do paid advertising. I use my fan page and I take my best videos and I put money in them because I know if I spend $50, $100 on a video, I'll get my signups. I'll get 3 or 4 or 5 signups, which will cover the cost that I'm spending. Not to mention, if they start building a team, that ROI is going to be to the roof, okay? On my personal and Facebook page, I'm doing a combination of everything. I'm using text, images, videos, Facebook Lives. I'm doing content. I'm doing value. I'm doing motivation, family. I'm talking about the business. I'm doing Facebook Lives. I'm inviting them to a webinar. Here's what happens. Here's how most people end up here. My Facebook, on my Facebook, I do Facebook Lives. You guys see them. Right now, I have a video ad running and I have a Facebook Live, right? my Facebook Live sends them where? To my personal marketing system, which I use Lead Pages, right? Once they opt in, they get into my leads list. But before that, at the same time, while they get on my list, they're watching what? The webinar. The webinar is set to make them say yes. Once they say yes, they become a sign-up. Once they become a sign-up, I remove them from my leads list and put them on my team list so I can invite them to my Facebook group and get access to the training, and they can make it onto the trainings like we do tonight and every Sunday night. And not only that, but they get access to the training site, which has all of the archives and everything put together so far. All of that Cortez taught you guys, and what you're learning now, you guys get for $35 a month. $35 a month. Now, when you look at it from this point of perspective, is there any reason why anyone would not want to be a part of this team? Do you know how much other people have paid prior to this just to get a little gist of what we do here? Thousands of dollars, and they were unsuccessful. So they're in the hole. $35 will never put anyone in the hole. And if that does, I said this before and I say it again, then you had a problem before you came in this business. Because $35 in the USA should not put anyone in a hole. Okay, you had a problem prior to this, and you need this business more than anything so that you don't have those $35 problems. Okay, so that's how I think, this is how I operate, guys. So if you guys got some value from tonight's training between learning the products and learning a funnel system, this is very basic, guys. But for those who are talking all week long, I don't understand what I'm doing, I'm lost, I can't get it. Guys, if you watch tonight's training, okay, if you did your part of a business owner, which is showing up to what we do, okay, take responsibility for your own business, for your own actions, you guys should be crystal clear on what it is you have and how it is to operate your business. Okay, guys, now, of course, once you understand this, then you go into our training site or our Facebook group training and you learn more in depth about Facebook marketing, you know, how to build capture pages, how to use, you learn that stuff, but we teach you that in here, but you have to understand what everything is, period, before you even get to that place. This is the crawling part. You crawl before you walk. Once you're ready to run, after you walk, you're ready to run, okay? That's it. That's really it. And here's the last thing I'm going to say. For those, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I get emotionally attached sometimes when people I feel are not getting it the right way. Okay, and it's not because it's our fault. It's definitely because it's their fault. Okay, that I can vouch for. You know, you have to understand you cannot in any way, shape, or form compare yourself to someone who's been doing this for 4 to 5 years, for someone who's spent millions of dollars advertising. Okay, it's not to say that you cannot get those results, because Dios hasn't spent millions of dollars on advertising. He has not been in this for 4 or 5 years. He just simply copied what works, and he's already on his way to have a 6-figure year in this business, and only 2 years in. It's simple, guys. Just follow what we do. Everybody's learning curve is different. You cannot compare yourself to someone who made $1,000 to someone who made $50. There's so many factors in there. Okay, we will never know what these people do when they come home from work. Okay, they could come home and do absolutely nothing, but watch TV, you know, have a drink, and go to bed, right? And then they could say this business don't work. But how much time and effort did you really put in the business to understand it, to make it work? Guys, I do this full time. Not only that, but I'm a competitive motherfucker. I love to be on top of things. So I work hard. I work hard to bring you guys the value. So don't ever compare yourself, your results to someone else's. Just worry about getting yours to where you want it to be. If you just simply shut up and follow what we do and just work, you guys will get it. I promise you, it took me 2 years to finally get it and start seeing real money. It didn't happen overnight. But if I would have gave up in those first 30 days, guys, I'll be in the same position or worse before I came into this business. Because I got 7 people in this house, actually 8 people in this house now. Okay, there's no way I can afford to do it with a 9 to 5. So guys, I tell you this from experience, I tell you this with passion and with emotion, is that if you're here, you're definitely in the right place. because you're with people who've done it. And if you're willing to stick this out just enough, you will never have to go back to the old ways of living. But exactly, it's your own race. Everyone has their own speed in a race. That's why when people race, I like they use that. That's when people race, they all don't reach the finish line at the same freaking time. Everybody is different. Just worry. Here's the deal. I'm going to leave with this. There's always a race, and people will run as fast as they can to try to get to the finish line. Everybody gets there at different times. But if you continue to run, no matter what speed you are, eventually you'll get to the finish line. Okay, guys? So I hope that this, made sense. I hope that this was able to share some value with you guys. Like I said, I do this with 100% compassion, and that's why sometimes I get emotional, because I feel like people are misunderstanding me or someone else, and we're only here to help you. We're definitely not here to sabotage you, because this business pays when we have a team that's out there winning. So of course it would be my interest, Cortez, Dio's, everybody's interest to see our team succeed, because that's where we make the real money, guys. And that's where the success is. So with that said, if you guys have anything to touch up on tonight, Dios, Gene, I know Cortez, do you have anything else you want to touch up on after watching that? Let me know. If anybody has any comments on the Facebook Live, it's going crazy. That Facebook Live is going nuts.
I saw one question, Cortez, before you got off. Someone was asking about nieces, nephews. I guess for not your kids, can you still do the same thing about the write-offs and hiring your kids with, nieces, nephews, or cousins?
At the end of the day, I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason is because technically you could contract them, but then that puts them on a 1099. Who wants a kid on a 1099? Right. So what you do is you recruit their parents and say, you need to be in MyEcon and pay your kids and save you some money. So that's how you do that.
Great stuff. Great stuff. I don't have much, Alfredo. I was just going to say, look, guys, I posted something, I think Friday, it went pretty viral. You guys loved it about, Alfredo was hitting me up. There was a post or something, some negative. It wasn't negative. It was lost. The guy was lost. I mean, whoever posted that was just lost. And don't get lost, guys. I mean, this is too easy. This business is not complicated. The one thing, I think Alfredo hit it perfectly. You can't run before you walk. I mean, it's that simple. You can't compare. Like even today, I'm doing pretty good, but I don't get crazy if I didn't make $100,000 like Christine and Alfredo made together. No. You know why? Because in 6 months, I'll get $100,000. In 9 months, I'll get 100. It'll come if I keep doing the work I need to do every single day. So don't get impatient. Don't get frustrated. The products alone should be the first thing you do to get some success. It gives you results. I don't need to show the product success. Why? Because I can show someone how I made $25,000 or $26,000 in 6 weeks. So that catches people's eyes alone. However, if I didn't have the results, guess what I would be doing, folks? I would be, if I had a job, I'd go and change my W-4 and say, I just put another $300. So far, I've seen on average, we're seeing $200 to $300 is the average I've seen from everyone who commented that they're getting on the W-4. On top of that, I'd also be saying, I just started my home-based business, and I can't believe I'm able to write off so many things I do every single day. That's another thing I'd be posting every single day. I'd be telling people about, I just hired my kids to help me work on my business. Why? Because I can leverage tax laws to reduce my taxable income. So again, guys, there's so many ways to express results, not only by telling people you're making 4 figures a week or 4 figures a month, or you're making X amount of dollars. There's a lot more ways to get this out there. The thing is, on most people who I see struggling, if I click on their profile and I look through what they're doing, it's nothing what we've taught you. So that's where Alfredo says he gets emotional. I do too as well, because guys, it's Sunday. I'm in New York City. I'm with family. I was just down in Midtown. I was shopping, having some fun. I took away, I didn't have to be on this. Alfredo never has to be on these. Cortez never has to be on these. Gene, we got other leaders who will obviously continue to do this. We don't have to do this. We choose to do this. Why? Because in this business, your success is all of our success. We want to see you succeed. A year and a half ago, I was not making the money I was making today. I am today. Why? Because I didn't give up. I didn't come up with excuses. I came up with solutions. I never gave Alfredo one single excuse. One time, I did tell him one time, dude, I don't know about Facebook Lives. I don't know about videos. And all he said is, bro, you got to do it. And that's it. That's all he told me. Did he have to beg me? Did he have to get on his knees? No, he just told me. And I just went with it. That was the only excuse I ever gave Alfredo in this business, was about Facebook Lives and videos. And it wasn't because I wasn't prepared to do videos. I've spoken in front of hundreds of people because I've been a manager. But I just, my mindset was, well, what are all my coworkers going to think when they all of a sudden see, a six-figure guy doing these videos about making money online? What's wrong with this? That was my mentality then. And he just told me, dude, don't overthink this shit. Just do a video. And that's it. I did it. That's it. So get the excuses out of there. Don't stop thinking about what people are going to say. They're probably more broke than you are. And if they're not broke, great. Let them do what they're doing. You don't hate them for making $200,000 a year at their job. I don't hate anyone for going to college. Just let them roll their shit and you do your stuff. But be patient and just follow every single product you use back there is going to give you a result you can share. I see people, here's the things that frustrate me. And it's, again, the excuses. Someone says, well, I don't have a job. I can't do the W-4. Great. Well, go do the other things that's still in the back office. I mean, there's more things that you have to share with the world than W-4 income shifting, then credit repair, travel discounts, hiring kids, minimizing your tax deduction. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But again, I'm at the mindset level where I don't worry about excuses. I worry about solutions. I don't care what happens in my life. I have a child born with a disability, guys, and that didn't kill me. I kept working. I kept pushing. I kept going forward. I didn't let that slow me down. And again, guys, it's because you have two choices, whether you go through the excuses or you go through solutions and move forward. I only know how to move forward. I don't know how to look back. So that's all my rant. That's all I want to share. I'm happy for this team. You guys are doing amazing. I think my downline is about to surpass 3,000. And I mean, we're 2 months in, 3,000 active members in the downline. That's just sick. But again, it's because of all your efforts. I see the ones working. So for those of you working, believe me, I know who you are. For those of you still lost, no problem. Get on track. You're not late. It's never late. Whenever the ones who worry about saturation or it's too late, it's never late. You're never going to be too late. However, you're only going to get more frustrated if you keep waiting to catch what's going to come to you by just implementing the things we're teaching you. So thank you all. I know I went on a little bit of rant. Blessed to be here. Thankful for you all, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Cool, man. I just got one thing to say, and we'll wrap up. Basically, before that, guys, it's 10:15. How many people got value? Just, in both areas, in Facebook Live and the webinar. How many people got value? I got value, Everybody's raising their hand. Their virtual hands. Yeah, everybody's got value. They said this is great for newbies and stuff. And that's why we did this, guys. I think we bring it back to the roots. There's no way you guys can still be lost, But, one thing I do want to wrap up, what you said is, you were worried about what people would think and say, and I hear that all the time. We all hear it. I don't want to post on Facebook. I'm afraid what people are going to say or think. Guys, don't ever take advice from a broke person, If that's what you worry about, don't take advice from a broke person because they're broke for a reason, because they didn't listen, okay? So I would not worry about what anyone has to say unless they're making more money than me, ever, okay? And that's it. When I first started this business, right, I never forget, I traveled and I had someone pick me up from the airport, and they're like, yo, basically what he was doing. I was coming back from an event. I was stoked. I was like, I really want to do this stuff. I want to take this thing serious. I didn't have money. I was broke, but I was, still flying and trying to figure this stuff out, trying to connect with the right people. And at that moment, it was a point of discouragement when I said, please, those scams, those things, it'll never work. And I said to myself, well, what if they're right? Well, what position are they in to tell me that? Now fast forward to today, I guarantee you the conversation is different. Okay, guys? So don't worry about what people are going to think. If you know what you have is solid and you know what you want has changed, and you go for it with everything you have. Because if they're comfortable where they're at and their situation, that's fine, but that's not yours. All right, guys? So just want to throw it out there. And, Again, I was very emotional and just a little agitated of some things because I know what we have and I know what's good. And, you know, everything here, look, out of that, you know, remember the certain individuals that were, you know, complaining or whining or just not getting it or lost or whatever the case is, they're not here tonight. They've been emailed. We've posted in the group. We've shouted it out plenty of times. And they're not here. So that's all I got to say. All right, guys, if you're lost, look at yourself in the mirror and figure out why you're lost. All right, guys. So with that said, I love you all. We'll put this recording in the back office of the training site, the Facebook Live. You guys can watch it as long as Facebook don't take it down. The webinars for Thursday, they're back up. The sites are working again. And stay tuned because we are planning a live event. That's all I'm going to say. Don't ask me when. Don't ask me where. It's to be announced. But we are planning a live event. We look forward to shaking hands with everyone. We'll bring out some powerful speakers. We'll teach you guys some stuff. And we'll have a lot of fun. So we're planning a live event. Stick around long enough to find out when and where so we can get together and definitely have an amazing time together, powerful event. Guys, so like I said, time and place to be announced. We have to figure that out, but we'll let you know as we get closer to it. All right, guys, I love you all. Thanks. Peace. Have a great evening. And thanks, Cortez, and everybody else for coming out. You got a lot of help. These people are blown away. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.